I understand that the state-appointed superintendent is saying that she no longer wants to come to the meetings because there is no order. And I have to say what Frederick Douglass said, that we want order, just not the order of tyranny. It is important for us to understand that as leadership, we can't just support democracy when the voices that are being heard support us. We should also support democracy when the voices that are being heard may not say the things that we want to hear all the time. It takes strong leadership to come into a room and convince people of things that they don't necessarily agree with. It takes strong leadership to go into a room and talk to people or noisy crowds and to convince them that they somehow have discovered fire. It is not leadership to say that I'm not going to come to a community meeting, a board meeting, simply because the people in the audience do not agree with me. It is not leadership to say, not only I'm not coming because they don't agree with me, but I don't agree with the way they don't agree with me. So I also have to prescribe the way that people disagree with me, which is also undemocratic. This is the type of leadership we do not need in this city. Amen. This is the type of leadership we do not need at this Board of Education. This is the type of leadership that we do not need to move our schools forward in this community. It is first weakness to say that I cannot reform the schools, so I'm going to give them away. That's the first weakness. The second weakness is to say, because people won't listen to me, now I'm not coming to the meetings any longer. To take my ball and go home. I wasn't going to come here tonight until I got the text that she wasn't coming. So I thought it was appropriate for me to show up. I think it needs to be said, it needs to be made clear to her, because I know there's a whole bunch, there's some folks in here who are reporting to her, who are probably texting us right now. And there's a few things I would like to say. How would she feel if the principals one day decided, because the things that she says at the principals meetings we don't agree with, that we just don't show up? How would she feel if the vice principals decided that because we don't agree with what she says or what she's doing or the way she's telling us to do it, that one day we just won't show up? Or the teachers, when it's time for staff development downtown or the things that they have for us to do in the district, that they don't agree with the way it's being imposed upon them, that they just don't show up. If everybody did this, then there would be anarchy and chaos. So I know she's not promoting anarchy and chaos, the woman that wants to have order in the board meetings and in the city. Order comes with justice. Justice brings order to everything. When there's injustice, there is disorder. When systems don't work correctly, there is dysfunction. When parts of your body don't work correctly, there is dysfunction. When there is dysfunction in the city, there will inevitably be disorder. There is disorder because the board, the public school system is not working, is not functioning correctly. There will always be disorder. And if she wants to have order, then she should provide justice to the people of this community. Finally, in the first step towards justice for us is for her to get a bus pass, a train ticket, an airline ticket,
a camel, a mule,
to hitch a ride with them and go over the New Jersey Turnpike and go back to New York when she came. But be sure she